Chapter 2, Justice Betrayed, The Price of Corruption. On May 31, 2007, the Times of India, the largest newspaper in India, reported that the Delhi police wanted to replace a public prosecutor named I.U. Khan. Khan was involved in a high-profile case concerning a young man named Sanjeev Nanda, who was on trial for killing several people while driving under the influence of alcohol. The request for Khan's replacement came after a television investigation revealed that he had colluded with the defense attorney to bribe a key eyewitness in the case. The story began in 1999 when Nanda, the son of a wealthy family in Delhi, drove a brand new BMW through a police checkpoint and allegedly mowed down 6 people, including 3 policemen. According to the prosecution, Nanda was with his friends, Monik Kapoor and Siddharth Gupta, at the time of the incident. After the crash, Nanda stopped to check the damage but then got back in the car and drove away. He took the car to a friend's house and had it washed to remove any evidence of the accident. A policeman, following a trail of brake oil from the accident scene, tracked down the 3 young men and arrested them. In a highly publicized trial, the defendants denied any involvement and claimed that Nanda was not driving the car. Their lawyer, R.K. Anand, one of the top defense attorneys in India, even suggested that a truck, not the BMW, caused the accident. The prosecutor, Khan, relied heavily on the eyewitness account of a man named Sunil Kulkarni, who had witnessed the crash. It was this eyewitness who was targeted for bribery to provide false testimony. The bribery attempt involving Khan, Anand, and Kulkarni was caught on video and aired on primetime television, leading to public outrage. Following this scandal, the Delhi police sought permission from the High Court to replace Khan. The court found both Khan and Anand guilty of obstructing justice. They were barred from appearing in court for 4 months, and their titles as senior advocates were revoked. The case eventually reached the Supreme Court, which upheld Anand's conviction but cleared Khan of contempt charges after reprimanding him for his inappropriate behavior. It is widely understood that bribing a witness is unethical, but what is even more shocking is that the defense had help from the prosecution. The purpose of this chapter is not to recount a tragic story of reckless behavior by a privileged young man. Instead, I want to emphasize the importance of professional ethics and the need for the highest standards of ethical behavior in all professions. We are talking about 2 of India's top lawyers. One of them has represented 2 sitting prime ministers, while the other has an equally impressive client list. These are not inexperienced individuals, they are highly trained professionals with decades of experience. How could they forget that, as representatives of the law, they should not try to influence the course of justice? Did they not realize that, no matter how powerful they were, they could not compromise the interests of their clients? Did Sanjeev Nanda murder those 6 people? According to the Indian Penal Code, such an act is defined as culpable homicide not amounting to murder, regardless of the number of victims. Would he have acted as he did if he had not been drinking? Probably not. Nanda was a graduate of the Wharton Business School at the University of Pennsylvania and had never shown any signs of violent behavior before this incident. On the other hand, the 2 lawyers involved in the case actively tried to undermine justice. They stripped themselves of their professional titles through their actions. Unlike Nanda, these lawyers knew exactly what they were doing. They cannot claim to have lost control due to intoxication. Their conspiracy to bribe a witness was not a momentary lapse in judgment, it was a calculated decision to corrupt the legal process. They were fully aware that they were violating the professional ethics they had learned in law school. This issue of ethics is not limited to the legal profession, it applies to all fields. Every profession has its own standards of conduct, and understanding these standards is crucial for anyone who wants to be considered a true professional. What does professional ethical conduct look like, and what actions might be considered unprofessional? What are the limits of ethics and integrity that every individual who calls themselves a professional must recognize and uphold, regardless of scrutiny or the threat of punishment? How can we learn to take responsibility for our actions and behave in the most professional manner possible? For example, a young surgeon may not yet be skilled with a scalpel, but she must understand the basic principles of medical practice and what constitutes malpractice. A software engineer working on a confidential project cannot discuss their work with anyone who is not approved by the client, including friends or family. They cannot boast about their work, as it may compromise the confidentiality required by their employer. A journalist should not seek favors from a source to get a story or use their professional status to gain special treatment. A CEO of a company cannot hire their spouse as a contractor and conduct business with them, as this creates a conflict of interest. A manager who listens to an emotionally distressed employee should not exploit that vulnerability for personal gain. A police officer must not take advantage of a citizen who comes to them for help. Every profession has explicit and implicit codes of conduct, and understanding these codes is what distinguishes a professionally qualified person from a true professional. Beyond the ability to work independently and the capacity to determine when a task is complete, anyone who wishes to be part of the professional community must understand and practice integrity at every step. Integrity is the foundation of professionalism. Without it, even the most qualified individuals can become a danger to society. When professionals fail to uphold ethical standards, they not only harm their own reputations but also undermine the trust that the public places in their professions. This erosion of trust can have far-reaching consequences, affecting not just individual careers but entire industries. In the case of IU, Khan and RK Anand, their actions not only damaged their own careers but also tarnished the image of the legal profession in India. The public outrage that followed the bribery scandal highlighted the need for accountability and ethical behavior among those in positions of power. It serves as a reminder that the legal system, which is meant to uphold justice, can be compromised by those who prioritize personal gain over ethical conduct. The lessons from this case extend beyond the legal field. They apply to every profession, reminding us that ethical behavior is essential for maintaining the integrity of our work and the trust of those we serve. Whether you are a doctor, engineer, journalist, or any other professional, the principles of honesty, accountability, and respect for others should guide your actions. In conclusion, the story of Sanjeev Nanda and the subsequent scandal involving I.U. Khan and R.K. Anand serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of ethics in all professions. It challenges us to reflect on our own values and the standards we uphold in our work. True professionalism is not just about qualifications or experience, it is about integrity and the commitment to doing what is right, even when no one is watching. As we navigate our careers, let us strive to embody these principles and contribute positively to our professions and society as a whole.